to the Red Room Podcast Network.
Yo, what's happening? This is another episode of Pop Yo Ish. I am your stupendous host, Jay Crutchfield, and I got my blood brother in the building. Nigga looking good, smelling good. Y'all know we finna pop some Lightskinned Ish today, right? What's happening, homie?
What's up with you, dog? What's up?
Hey man, it's a pleasure to have you, dog. First of all, man, this is my little brother. You know what I'm saying? Nothing older,
Right.
That's my little brother. You know what I'm saying? But first of all, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of his growth. He's a great father, great hustler, great businessman. So I definitely want to go ahead and salute you for everything you've been doing, bro. I've seen you grow from an inch high to a horsefly.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
You know what I mean? We done had our troubles in the past, but we don't put that shit behind us, and we grown men, and we moving forward, man. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah.
go ahead and tell everybody where to find you at, your social media and stuff like that, what you got going on.
Well, you can, of course, find me on Facebook, Marlon Jones. Of course, you will see me.
Yeah.
My IG is LL Marlon. Y'all should know the two L's for in the front.
Okay.
But you know, other than that, man, you know, I do my cooking thing, looking to possibly start selling plates or something real soon. But you know, I got a plan for that, and I want everything to work out with that, cause cooking just another little hobby of mine. But you know, I ain't started cooking till I had my daughter. You know, Heaven.
Yeah, for sure.
And she liked them home cooked meals. So after that, you know, I learned how to cook, and you know, went from there.
That's what's up, man. First of all, let's pour up some of this Heaven's Door whiskey right here, man. Shout out to Heaven's Door whiskey, our big sponsors for the Pop Your Ish podcast. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this up real quick. We're gonna start getting into some heavy shit.
Well, I got a few of them things up here.
Yeah. Got you.
All right.
Got you some a little light there. You know what I'm saying? Finna get into it. All right. First of all, cheers, brother.
Oh yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so you started cooking because, you know, of course it was just a hobby, and of course that's something your daughter loves as a father in a home cooked meal.
Right.
I mean, do you plan on opening up any restaurants? I mean, are you selling plates right now? Because I'm pretty sure all the ladies I've been telling that my brother cooked, they want to test your game out. So you know what I'm saying? What's the plan with that?
No, I haven't officially started. I'm looking to right now in the process of trying to buy a new home.
Okay.
Once I get into my home, I'll be able to. You know, that's when I start the process of trying to sell plates and go from there.
Okay, that's what's up. But as the to make it a career, is it something that you was thinking more so like, okay, well, look, the pandemic is done fuck the jobs up. Now I got to start thinking about other hustles. Did that have any effect on your choices to kind of like go into selling plates, or was it just like a hobby, just turn into something you want to make some money with?
Man, honestly, man, just friends that I've cooked for from. You know, from the parties I've had and
yeah, it be throwing down, boy. Them
right.
Them hot when you put a nigga to sleep.
Right. You know, I did. You know, I cooked for my boy Jones. Protest up there on East Atlanta. I cooked for everybody up there. And
oh, you did that?
Yeah. I did. You know, I did.
Okay,
you know, I did a little thing up there, and everybody was asking me like, was I a chef or anything like that? And I was just like, I just love cooking. You know, so
for sure.
Like I say, just over time, of family and friends just tasting my cooking and being like, man, you might need to start selling plates, and you know. So I think, like I say, once I be able to get into this house, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Now this is a topic that you and I have discussed, you know what I'm saying, previously.
Right.
And it's very big amongst black men that's not discussed openly, and that's depression and mental health amongst black men. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that really needs to be tapped into. So, and I know myself, I've suffered from depression. I've suffered from mental illness, and it was a deep, dark circle that was kind of like a never-ending hole to get out of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And it's not easy to deal with. So, I mean, could you give us some insight on like what you dealt with during that time and how you overcame it?
Oh man, really. First thing, like you say, in the black community anyway. When it comes to talk about depression and anxiety, you know, our people, we look at that as it's a white people thing.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you ever bring up depression or anything around a bunch of black people, they be like, man, black people don't go through that. That's stuff white people go through. Like we don't go through that. But when in reality, a lot of us do go through it, and you know what I mean, it's just about seeking the help. But a lot of time, man, like I say, it just take you in like a dark hole. You know, a lot of times it's hard to get out of it. Like with me personally, I just shut down. You know, and other than I was probably say other than my best friend Christy, she might be the only one that I've actually talked about and talking about it now with you. A lot of people look at me and wouldn't even think I go through any of that.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, I go on about my day, I smile, be happy, I go, you know, I party, I do my thing. But a lot of times, man, it'll shut you down. And it goes and it affects you going into a relationship, especially like that and anxiety. It's like the worst combo to have.
Yeah, and I also think that the reason a lot of black men suffer from depression, anxiety, and mental illness is for that type of stuff is because when we express our emotions and our feelings about certain things, we're looked at as weak.
Oh, yeah,
You know
we're
what
not
I'm
allowed
saying?
to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something we're not allowed to do. So, of course, we mask that hurt and we turn it into pain, and then therefore we project that hurt on other people because we got to be defensive. Okay, now I can't show that I'm weak.
Right.
So I can't show no emotion that's going to make me look weak. So, and I think that's something else that we got to kind of create an outlet for black men that's actually going through that. Because, I mean, if you're going through something, you got to speak on it, regardless of what somebody going to think.
Oh, yeah.
Because somebody could be going through something way worse than you. And I think you should really be speaking on that as a black man because we are the pillar in the black community.
But you gotta think about it, man. How we was raised as kids. You know,
that's true too.
For just not being able to, I would say, be expressive.
Yeah, of
you
course,
know.
of
So
course.
like, if you fall,
because we couldn't cry.
oh no, you can't cry.
If we feel and we cry, we got that heart punch.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right in the
like,
chest.
be
Bam!
tough.
You know,
You can't cry. You can't.
playing that.
Right, and so, and like I say, eventually we grew up with that mindset of, hell, you can't cry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And then, you know, a lot of time with men, you know, it's like frowned upon having feelings.
Yeah.
And being able to cry. So a lot of times we don't. So we just hold that in, and even in relationships holding that in, you reach a point to where then you explode.
Yeah.
And now you lashing out at, you know, your loved ones, and then it's just a big toxic relationship from now.
Absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely. And I think as men, we gotta start learning. And I'm not even gonna speak for the male generation. I'm just gonna really start speaking for myself, and of course for my brother, because I want to see you win. I mean, we gotta start being more expressive. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a conversation like, look, man, today I just feel like I ain't shit, or I feel like my life ain't really going the way I want it to go, or I don't feel like my love life is progressing the way. I mean, we have to speak on these things because it's going to create an outlet.
Right.
If not, then if you hold it in, eventually it's going to become a ticking time bomb. And then you're going to let loose on somebody that really shouldn't even have caught that wrath.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think, man, it's definitely something we need to continue to tap on going forward in life, man. And that's brothers. I mean, you know, we got partners that we still deal with. So, I mean, we got to let them know, like, man, look, dog, it don't make you weak to talk about this shit because we all done been through it.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to depression, dog, I had some thoughts that I don't even really want to speak on.
Yeah, me too.
But, you know, but at the same time, I had to kind of pull myself up out that mud and get back into what I need to do as a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I say, man, and a lot of people, like, and because me, I've dealt with women that have went through that battle depression. So I've seen they dark moments. So a lot of times I try to tell people when I see people kind of like make jokes of depression, I be like, bro, like you can't joke about that, you know. And now a lot of them don't know that I go through it myself. You know, they just think I'm just standing up for somebody I don't know. But when in reality, like I say, I know all about, you know, like I say, depression and anxiety, and that shit is terrible.
And you can't speak on it if you ain't been through it.
Right.
You know,
and then
just like me, you know what I'm saying? I'm a happy-go-lucky guy because, I mean, I do a lot for other people. I want to see other people smile. But sometimes I do that shit out of the hurt that I'm dealing with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People are like, damn, man, you always so giving. You always so compassionate. But, you know, sometimes behind these eyes is a bunch of pain and fire.
Right.
But, you know, at the same time, you know, but I progress through that. You know what I'm saying? I see you progress through it. Nigga, I can see it in your skin. Nigga, you goddamn, nigga, you shining.
Right.
That nigga glowing.
Right.
Man, cheers to you, brother.
Oh, yeah,
cheers to you, man.
Right.
All right, for sure, man. We'll get into that stuff, man. We just wanted to tap on just that particular subject for a minute, but definitely getting into love and relationships, man. And this is something that some people wanted me to ask you. Do you think or do you believe in this day and age does love and relationships even exist? Is it even possible to keep love and a relationship in this day and age?
They exist, but they don't. It don't hold value like the old school relationship
Yeah.
because,
Okay.
like I say, it's just so diluted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
back then with our parents when they went through stuff, it's you battle tested. Like you stick through it regardless of what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in our generation, it's like if the man or the woman mess up, the first thing we do is be like, man, fuck this. I'm not gonna put up with this. You know what I mean? And that just men and women.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
now relationships just
Why do you think that is? Is it because you feel like, okay, people don't initially get into it for longevity? Or do you think it's just something that people just don't think through before they actually get into the relationship?
man, I think it plays I think it have a lot to do with some of everything.
Gotcha.
Because you got some people that they just don't want to be alone. And they just always, need someone there. And you got some people look at damn social media, man.
Yeah.
I think social media plays such a big role
A major role.
in relationships
A
to where
major
it
role.
destroys relationships.
I'm talking about to the point, like, you could meet a nice young lady, you could be into her, take her on a date, and the first thing she do is take out her phone and take a picture of her goddamn food. Shout out, slap that phone out your plate, shout out. Yeah, you talking about, shout out. I'm here, we supposed to be engaging.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My phone is in the car. I don't even take my phone on dates, on official dates.
Right.
Because I'm trying to engage and get to know you as a woman and as a person. Now, you steady trying to impress the masses with your lobster dinner that you ain't even pay for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and I think that does play a major role because now, man, it's like attention has become so easily to get.
Right.
You know what I mean? To the point now, that's what everybody seeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we from the old school. It wasn't no phones when we was growing up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we went on a date, nigga. It was us. It was me and
Yeah,
Sean.
right. I remember them days.
Yeah, I remember them days too.
And
you know what I'm
and
saying?
then like I say, people look at these. Then like I say, a lot of people, me personally, like, and just for things that I've done and seen, a lot of people fake happy
Yeah.
on Instagram and Facebook. They fake happy as hell. Like you'll think they got the perfect life.
Try to make somebody else mad.
Right. You know what I
You ain't
mean?
even really happy.
You know what I mean? They in these marriages and these relationships, not happy, and then like you say, it boils down to their social media and they looking at stuff other couples do for us, they trips and taking these, these pictures, these selfies together and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then they'll bring that same energy to you like, well, look what Jabari doing with his girl. They taking pictures, he got flowers, he's doing this. Why can't you do that? And then I'm like, why you putting his expectations on me? You see what I'm saying? So and that's
big killer.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
They just all that comparing, man. That shit just ruined it.
Gotcha. All right, another question for you. Somebody hit my DM and told me to ask you this right here. Okay, you dating a chick.
Right.
Let's say there is no set time period, but I just say it's 6+ months. Okay, so she starts putting pressure on you about marriage. All right, she starts saying, all right, look, we've been dating, we've been doing this for so long. I think it's about time you go ahead and propose to me, right?
Right.
Now, in the beginning of the relationship, she told you about all the things she's done in her past with every single man that she's been with.
Right.
Do you feel she would still have anything to offer to you in a marriage after she told you everything she's done with every other man in her past?
Well, with me, how I am, because I would probably say me probably about 10 years ago, I would probably judge a woman off everything that she did in her past.
Yeah.
And that just being real, regardless of the far as, the men she's been with and all that. Like, I was critical, like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. But where I'm at now, because a lot of, how I am now, I don't really judge anymore.
yeah.
So her past really don't matter.
You
But
was a wild boy, too, now.
right. So that's what I'm saying now. The whole forcing me to trying to, like, twist my arm for marriage, that right there is going to be a red flag for me because I'm not going to be with anyone forcing me. Because if you think of all the people that we might even know personally, if you force marriage, that shit, it's dead already from the get-go. Because now you're putting him in a position to where he love you, but now you're forcing him to be like, you either marry me or I'm gone.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So if a man feel obligated to that, and he's put in a predicament where he either got to lose the woman he loved or marry her, then it might be resentment.
Yeah,
Instead
absolutely.
of just letting it happen naturally. You know what I mean? Like I would never let no woman put me in that. Like if I'm ever with a woman and she telling me, I don't care if we together 5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And if
That boy popping his ish, ain't he?
and if on my
Pop
sixth
that
year,
ish, bro.
she telling me, oh, we got to get married, or I'm doing this, like you're not gonna force me into
Yeah.
marriage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
that's just how I feel about that.
Yeah. So we had the discussion about it. Of course, no man wants to be put in a position to where he's pressured into marriage. But but my response to that was, it's like, okay, well, if I love her and I see this is something she really want, I would consider it. But my question will be is, did you not put the same pressure on these dudes you was just, what I'm
Oh
saying,
yeah,
you was
yeah,
just doing, you know what I'm saying?
okay.
And Shawty told me she did a threesome with a guy that she was with. She told me she used to dress up and do all this and role play with one of the guys she was dating.
Right.
She done took trips with one guy, you know what I'm saying? She done went to dinner dates. She said she's been faithful. She's been loyal to all this and to different dudes in our past. But it's like, okay, well, if I marry you, what am I getting? What am I really marrying? Because you really have nothing left. You've done everything.
Oh, you feel like she just done exceeded everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely.
there's like, because she's told you all this, so in your
Yeah.
head you like, what can we do then? Since you did all the trips, you did all the threesomes, all the sexual fantasy things. So you feel like her tank is almost like empty already for
exactly,
you.
Exactly.
Okay,
And then,
okay.
And then she was like, well, I put you on a different pedestal. I put you on.
Right.
I got a different standard for you. Okay, well, what about the nigga you just did the role play with that you was getting fucked in and all this and that?
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
did you put the standard on him?
Yeah.
Oh, since your body is the temple, a woman's body is very precious. And
Right.
For her to give it to you, she must feel something for you.
Yeah.
But if you didn't put the pressure on him, but want to put the pressure on me, like what's the distinguish between that?
Right.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So
What-
yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you have to offer me if I marry you? So that was really where I went with it.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's
You're right.
where I went with it.
Okay. I get it from that point.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even
I'm
thinking.
like-
I wasn't
yeah.
even thinking like that.
Like I'm not judging you for what you've done. Don't get
Right.
me wrong now, because you was very transparent about what you've done in your past, which I respect.
Right.
But now you're putting pressure on me to marry me. But it's like, what do you have to offer me that you have not done already?
Yeah.
You've already given the wifey stuff to all the guys in your past. So if I actually
Yeah.
marry you, what am I getting?
Right.
What am I marrying?
So your big thing is just, if you didn't put out those expectations on the first 8 niggas,
Yeah, exactly.
why you gonna put that on me?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's a no go.
Yeah, exactly. If we just kicking, if everything
Right.
all good and I ain't putting no pressure on you and we just doing our thing, like, so now all of a sudden, where is pressure coming from? Do you feel like because you getting older and that's not what you want to do anymore?
Exactly.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But don't put it on me when you just had these escapades.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, but me, that's why I've never been, and you know this, bro. I've probably been in about 4 or 5 relationships
Yeah.
because to me, I don't like the obligation that comes with it most of the time.
Okay. That's respected.
And a lot of times I'm so honest and upfront to where I let that be known. You know what I mean? Because again, but also with me with my relationships, anxiety played a big part for me. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
Okay.
a lot of people with anxiety, I know me, I overthink too much. And me being an overthinker have personally sabotaged most of my relationships because I overthink about shit that I shouldn't even think about.
What the hell you be thinking about?
It
Give
just,
us an example. Give us an example.
man,
Because, I mean, we got a lot of people out there that overthink in relationships. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's usually the biggest downfall besides other things. But what are some things that you... Just give us a
I
scenario.
can just give an example. Like, even let's just say I meet a chick leaving here. I meet her at the gas station. We go out to eat. First couple of days we good. So now, once we are like, I overthink it, trying to feel like it's shit mutual.
Mhm.
Cause now, if I like you, first of all, when I start liking a chick, it's like overwhelming for me.
Okay.
Because I'm not used to liking nobody. I just, I do my thing, we
Yeah.
cool, but liking is out of the question.
Yeah.
But when I do start like you, then I reach a point of like, do she like me the same way? Like, do she think about me as much as I think about her?
Casanova.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So, and then when I start reaching that point, when I reach a point where I overthink so much with a female, I'll cut them off. Like, it's been women that I know, I'm talking about that got their shit together. I'm talking about good women. But because I overthink so much, I'd be like, nah, I gotta get out of this shit.
So what prevents you from asking questions for clarity?
Because I don't think I ask questions.
So why don't you say like, look, Shawty, I like you. I'm feeling you. Honestly, I'm scared to get my heart broke, but I just want to know how you feel at this point in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, why not take that approach instead of just getting the fuck on?
Because I feel like I've tried that,
Okay.
but a lot of times I don't think women is just a lot of them are just not up front like I am. You know, it was a chick I was digging, and this was like a while ago, but a little chick I was digging, but the whole time she didn't really fuck with light skinned niggas. But it took for me, so the whole time I'm like overthinking, right? So but it took for me to reach a point I was like, okay, this motherfucker, like she not rocking like that. Like it gotta be something. But then I later on found out through, other people that she just don't. The light skinned man is not, and so instead of her telling me that after we done went off on numerous dates and chilled and all that,
and you paid for how long?
Right?
Oh hell no!
You could have been like, look, you could have told me on the first day, like, look, I appreciate the gesture. You know what I mean? I appreciate the gesture. You're a good person, blah blah blah. But I'm just not into light skinned men.
But that should have been told before you even spent that first.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why when I say women, a lot of them just not honest like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so. That's what caused me to like overthink, and I just, like I say, it's personally have affected me in relationship because I just overthink too much.
Okay. So what are some? Okay, I know you've been in love before. We've all been in love as men. We've always.
I've been in love once, but yeah.
Once, okay, yeah, for sure. Know what I'm saying?
you know with who?
Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna say no names though. I know what's up. Okay, so you obviously say that was a love you experienced,
right?
I'm not gonna say it was a love you lost. I'm just gonna say it was a love that didn't really grow into what you probably expected it to be.
Exactly.
But what was a lesson that you learned behind that, or was there a lesson, or how did you look at love after that?
Hell, that messed me up worse. You know what I mean? Like,
damn, it made you worse.
Yeah.
Damn, hold on. You was already fucked up.
So I would say because that was just the first female I've ever I felt like I had just gave a lot to. Okay. You know what I mean? You know how I was as a young dude, man. I was a dog out here. So when you find that first girl that you first look at and just be like, yeah, I love her. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it don't work out. It kind of have you to where the point of where you just scared to be vulnerable. And that's what and that's one of my biggest keys. So a lot of my joints it's like with me, it's like mixing a whole bunch of things that don't go together in the blender, and it's just terrible.
Gotcha.
And that's just how it is with me, like being an overthinker, an anxiety real bad, don't want to be vulnerable with a woman. It's so much of that plays a role where you just be like, man, like, am I just, like, what am I doing? and that's how it be with me, you know what I mean? Because, and I've cut off women that I really like.
Gotcha.
I'm talking about, and it's weird to them. I'd be like, look, I liked you too much. Like, this just not gonna work for me.
Gotcha. That's insane. We got one last question, man. We got to go there and knock this out because this is the one that everybody really want to know. They was like, what is it that Marlon does in the bedroom that pleases a woman so much? They want details.
Man, my sex life is a little different. Like, my sex life, because I'm into, like, a whole lot of shit, as far as, like, being in the whole lifestyle and stuff like that. But I'm into, like, biting.
Fetishes?
Scratching me. Like I say, I love to be bitten.
Okay.
Scratch me, choke me.
Okay.
I like, to tie women down. I like doing all that type of stuff.
Okay, this is one thing me and you done debated about, all right? You don't eat ass, do you?
I have, but not. It's not nothing that I just. See, I know you. I know how you is. You dive into the ass.
I sworn down in the ass.
Nah, I gotta. I've done it probably like my first. I would say my baby mama was my first.
Okay.
And then I probably did it to like one other chick, but it's not nothing that I'm not big on that. The whole eating ass thing, like. To each his own. I eat now some pussy. I'm a beast at that. I eat that shit like it's my last meal. But and then at the same time, like I say, a lot of women have also, kind of strayed away from having sex with me because they told me my sex is toxic.
Hey,
So,
hey, it is what it is.
you know, and they only say it's toxic because of what I do, but at the same time, if I go in and bring you bad dick, then you can, one of their friends can be like, oh, that dude, he's attractive. Then you could be like, yeah, he's attractive, but his dick's hard. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just be like, if they be like, that dude's attractive, and she be like, yeah, but his sex is toxic. You want to stay away from him because that shit. I'd rather be that guy rather than bad dick floating around here. Like, I'm not for that, So
for sure. Put
it
down.
Yeah, so I got to give my all when I do it.
For sure.
It's like you with your podcast. You're not gonna come in here at like 70%.
Nah.
You know what I mean? You want to come in at 100% and doing what you're supposed to do. You're gonna bring your all. So if I'm labeled as a toxic sex guy, that's something I'll take that.
I'll take
any
that.
day of the week.
Shit,
right.
nigga, pop your ish,
Right.
nigga. Pop your ish. All right, look, man, this is another episode of Pop Your Ish, man. We finna go ahead and wrap up, man. I got my brother in the building, man. It was such a pleasure to have you, dog.
Right.
Man, it was a great conversation. The full episode will be dropping soon on the Red Room Network. Please follow us at Pop Your Ish pod _ my brother LL Marlon. Is it underscore?
Nah, just LL
Just
Marlon.
LL Marlon. And of course, I'm your stupendous host,
Right.
J. Crutchfield, man. Everybody stay positive, keep loving, keep your head up, because life will get better. You just got to keep going after it, all right? Remember, every day, pop your ish, because you know what? It's your life, and live it how you want to live it. Peace.